Hello, my beautiful and powerful Aries souls. Welcome back to Astrology Unlocked, your sacred space for decoding the celestial whispers that guide our journey. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this specific message at this precise moment in time, I want you to take a deep, centering breath and understand with every fiber of your being that this is a divine appointment. The universe, in its infinite and loving wisdom, has orchestrated this connection. This isn't just another video in your feed. This is a sacred transmission from the very heart of the cosmos, intended only for you. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we dive into this profound revelation, I invite you to quiet your surroundings. Let go of the day. Inhale deeply, pulling in the energy of possibility. Hold it for a count of 3, feeling that potent life force fill you. And as you exhale, release everything that is not aligned with your highest truth. Let your shoulders soften. Allow your warrior heart, that brilliant forge of courage and passion, to open just enough to receive what is coming. Because the message you are about to hear carries a weight, a significance that will shape the very foundation of your next chapter. The cosmos is about to entrust you with a holy secret. This is not a message for the masses. It is not a loud proclamation to be shouted from the rooftops. This is a private instruction, a celestial whisper, meant for your ears alone. The universe is saying to you, my dear Aries, be still. Keep this one close to your heart. If you can feel the truth of this humming in your bones, if your soul is stirring in recognition of this call to sacred silence, I want you to make a pact with your own evolution right now. Press that like button, not as a simple click, but as a powerful seal upon your intention, a declaration to the cosmos that you are ready to honor this divine guidance. And if this path of cosmic discovery feels like home, subscribe to Astrology Unlocked so you never miss these transmissions tailored to your journey. Finally, to anchor this energy, comment below with this powerful affirmation: I am ready to know what God wants to say to me. Let the universe know you have received its call. Now let's journey deeper, shall we? I know you, magnificent Aries. Your soul was forged in the primordial fire of the cosmos. You are the pioneer, the trailblazer, the sacred warrior ruled by Mars, the planet of action and assertion. Your very essence screams, let's go, let's do, let's create, let's conquer. The idea of keeping quiet, of holding back your brilliant, fiery energy can feel counterintuitive, almost like a betrayal of your very nature. You have felt that burning urge to share your visions, to explain the magnificent dream the universe has planted in your soul, to prove to the world, and perhaps even to yourself, that the path you're on is real and true. You've craved validation, a sign from the outside world that you aren't just chasing starlight. But the universe is whispering a different strategy to you now. Your silence, it says, is your most powerful shield. This isn't a silence born of fear or uncertainty. Oh no, my brave ram. This is a discretion born of profound spiritual maturity. Think of the greatest forces in the universe. A star is not born in a brilliant, sudden explosion. It is born in the deep, dark, silent crucible of a nebula, gathering mass and energy in sacred obscurity for eons before it finally ignites. What the cosmos is forming within you right now is of that magnitude. It is a starbirth. And it is so potent yet so delicate in these early stages that it must be protected from the gravitational pull of outside opinions, from the cosmic dust of doubt, and from the cold vacuum of misunderstanding. Some of the most divine assignments are aborted by oversharing. Some of your most incredible victories are delayed because they were announced prematurely. The energies of jealousy, of disbelief, of simple incomprehension from others can create invisible energetic static, disrupting the clear signal between you and your divine plan. What the universe is cultivating within you right now must be guarded, not broadcast. This instruction is of the utmost importance because lower vibrational energies, the metaphorical enemy, cannot attack what they do not know exists. The universe is not punishing you, it is hiding you in plain sight. It is shielding your dream in a sacred chrysalis, training you to trust the process without applause, to walk in faith without external confirmation, and to draw your strength not from the validation of others, but from the unshakable knowing within your own soul. If you can master this divine art of stillness, this sacred discipline of silence, you will emerge with a power so authentic, so integrated, that when it is finally time to speak, your words will carry the force of creation itself. But this moment right now is not for talking. It is for listening. It is for gestating. It is for becoming. Stay with me, powerful soul. Don't let your fiery impatience pull you away. Because in the next few moments, we are going to explore the deeper cosmic laws behind this call for silence. We will uncover what precisely the universe is protecting within you, and we will decode the signs that will tell you when the divine timing is perfect, when the cosmos will finally give you the green light and say, "Now, Aries, speak." And when that moment arrives, the silence you have so faithfully kept will become the undeniable thunder of your presence. There are moments in your journey when the universe does not communicate through thunderclaps, lightning strikes, or dramatic fiery signs. Often when the message is most profound, it chooses a quieter frequency, a more subtle transmission that requires your full presence, your spiritual sensitivity, and a deep maturity to even recognize. It hums, it resonates, it whispers directly to your soul. And a whisper, my beautiful friend, demands closeness. You cannot hear a cosmic whisper from a distance while your mind is scattered across 1,000 different worries and distractions. You cannot receive its depth while you are busy explaining yourself to the world. The universe whispers to you precisely because it is drawing you nearer, not because it is distant or absent. When the cosmos whispers, it is not a sign of its uncertainty. It is a testament to your intimacy with it. Loud voices are for calling out to those who are far away. The soft resonant hum of creation is reserved for those who have learned to lean in. In the ancient spiritual texts, it is often said that the deepest secrets of creation are revealed to those who approach with reverence and a quiet heart. This reveals a fundamental cosmic law. The universe entrusts its deepest truths to those who have demonstrated the reverence to hold them. True intimacy with the divine is built upon a foundation of respect, trust, and the humility to know that you don't have to have all the answers right now. Notice the word secret. Secrets are not shouted in the marketplace. They are entrusted in the sacred chambers of the heart. They imply a profound responsibility, a sacred duty of care. The universe shares its most potent magic with souls who will honor it, steward it, and protect it, not with those who will spill it carelessly to seek validation. The universe does not reveal everything to everyone all at once. It is not withholding out of cruelty, but out of infinite wisdom. Some truths, some destinies require a certain level of soul maturity to manage properly. Think of it like this. You wouldn't hand the keys to a high-performance starship to someone who hasn't yet learned to navigate their own inner world. A premature revelation, a destiny unveiled before its time, can overwhelm and damage the very soul it was meant to empower. Weighty cosmic assignments require a vessel of immense character and strength. The universe always prepares the chalice before it pours the sacred wine. So if the cosmos has planted a magnificent vision in your heart and then fallen silent, do not rush to fill that sacred pause with the noise of your fear or the static of your assumptions. That silence, my dear Aries, is intentional. It is the fertile soil in which the seed of that revelation can properly take root, unseen but powerful. That silence is not rejection. It is not abandonment. It is most certainly not a sign of cosmic confusion. That silence is your current most important assignment. In that stillness, The universe is teaching you how to hold immense energetic weight. It is training you to carry a profound truth without the desperate need to rush to obey the subtle nudges of your intuition without constant reassurance, and to walk forward into the unknown, knowing that you are deeply trusted with the vision you have been given. In a world that screams for constant updates, endless explanations, and immediate reactions, a soul that can hold a quiet, centered certainty is a source of immense power. Many will misunderstand your stillness. They may mistake your silence for fear, your patience for hesitation, or your lack of outward motion for a lack of confidence. But in the realm of the spirit, where true power is forged, silence often means you are more certain than you have ever been. True, deep-seated certainty does not need to announce itself. It has no desperate urgency to prove or defend its existence. When your conviction is settled deep within your soul, your silence becomes the ultimate sign of your inner stability and your unwavering trust in the divine plan. Think of the greatest archetypes of power. The wise magician does not explain the spell before it is cast. They move with an intentional silence rooted in the clarity of their purpose. They know who they are and what they are here to do. Their silence flows from that deep well of knowing, not from a place of confusion. Fear is what compels us to speak too quickly, to over-explain, to seek allies for a battle that is meant to be won within. The silence you are being called to now reveals your growing courage, your self-mastery, and your profound trust in the cosmic intelligence that is guiding your life. You are simply learning that not every moment requires an explanation. Some moments require trust, some moments demand patience, and some of the most powerful moments require you to step back and allow the universe to speak for you through undeniable outcomes rather than through your own hurried words. My dear Aries, spiritual maturity is the art of knowing when to charge forward, when to pause and wait, and when to understand that your silence is the very thing protecting the miracle that is growing within you. Discernment teaches you that divine timing is just as crucial as the divine truth itself. Some of the most beautiful seeds of potential die because they are unearthed and exposed to the harsh elements too early. Whatever the cosmos is planting within you in the sacred secret garden of your soul must be protected until it is strong enough to not only survive, but to thrive in the open air of the world. In this season, your silence is not a retreat. It is the wisdom of the master gardener at work. Before a mighty oak tree can touch the heavens, its journey begins buried deep in the darkness of the earth. Its initial, most critical growth does not happen in the light, but in total obscurity. What looks like disappearance to the world is actually the beginning of the most foundational development happening far beneath the surface. Before a beautiful butterfly can take flight, it must endure the silent, hidden transformation within the chrysalis. That period of darkness and confinement is not a danger. It is a sacred design. It is the necessary alchemy for flight. You, fiery Aries, are in that sacred darkness. You are in the soil. You are in the chrysalis. The universe is not delaying you. It is profoundly developing you. We so often mistake divine development for denial. But the kind of refinement your soul is undergoing now, the deep strengthening of your character and spirit, simply cannot happen in the bright glare of the public spotlight. As the ancient wisdom says, there is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Your wisdom lies in knowing which time it is. If the universe is telling you to keep quiet, it does not mean your progress has stalled. On the contrary, it means the process is working at its deepest and most potent level. Your transformation is taking place layer by layer, unseen by the world, but meticulously and intentionally guided by cosmic hands. The universe never rushes what it truly values. It also means the foundation of your next great life chapter is still being formed. And as any master builder knows, the foundation must be unshakably strong and secure long before the magnificent structure becomes visible to the world. What is destined to stand tall publicly must first be anchored deeply and privately. This silence also means that the divine timing is still aligning. The universe is a grand cosmic clockwork of unbelievable precision. It is synchronizing your purpose with your readiness, and your readiness with the world's readiness. Premature exposure, stepping out onto the stage before your cue, can damage a destiny that was meant to be enduring. What the universe is building in you cannot survive the harsh weather of premature judgment. This is not a punishment. This is the highest form of preparation. And this part is critical, beautiful soul. So please listen with your heart. Not every divine download, not every celestial vision God speaks to your spirit is meant for a public audience. Some revelations are so sacred, so fragile, and so new that sharing them too soon or with the wrong people can do more harm than good. Some people, through no real fault of their own, simply cannot hear what the universe has told you without contaminating it with their own energy. Their current season, their personal fears, their limited perspectives are not aligned with the high-frequency miracle being born in you. And that energetic misalignment can distort the pure, perfect transmission you received. They might project their own doubt onto you. And the doubt of others, especially those we care about, can be a subtle poison. It can plant weeds of questioning in the fertile soil of your faith. A vision that was once crystal clear can become shaky and uncertain, simply because the wrong ears received it. They might mock it. Not everyone respects what they cannot understand. Mockery doesn't invalidate your divine message. It often just reveals the listener's lack of spiritual capacity to honor something so sacred. They may also misinterpret your vision. What the universe speaks to your spirit can be tragically reduced to something small, logical, or incomplete when shared with those who do not possess spiritual discernment. Or worse, they may pressure you to rush it. Well-meaning people might push you to act before the divine timing is right, forcing a kind of movement that feels productive but is dangerously premature. Rushing can break the very thing that patience was designed to protect. Remember the ancient archetypal stories like that of Joseph sharing his dreams too early. The dream was absolutely from a divine source, but the environment he shared it in was hostile. His brothers didn't lack the ability to hear his words. They lacked the spiritual maturity to hold his vision. The revelation was true, but the timing of its sharing was not. This distinction is everything. Your divine revelation and the universe's divine timing must walk hand in hand. Otherwise, your blessing can feel more like a burden. A period of wise silence would have saved him immense trouble. Discernment. My dear Aries, is learning who has earned the right to hear the whispers of your soul. Not everyone deserves access to the sacred temple of your becoming. Protect what the universe has spoken to you until it and only it tells you that it is time for the great unveiling. When you learn not to speak about it, something truly magical happens. What feels like a powerful restraint on the outside becomes a source of incredible reinforcement on the inside. This sacred silence creates the space for your true spiritual strength to form uninterrupted. Without the interference of external voices, your faith deepens exponentially. It learns to stand on the word of the universe alone, growing deep, tenacious roots instead of constantly needing the flimsy support of external reassurance. Your confidence also begins to root itself in a new, unshakable foundation. The confidence that is born in silence is not loud, brittle, or arrogant. It is settled. It is calm. It is a quiet, powerful hum that is not dependent on agreement or applause for its survival. Most importantly, your dependence shifts entirely from people to source. When you stop the exhausting work of explaining, justifying, and defending yourself to others, you begin to lean more fully into the loving, all-powerful arms of the universe. Your trust transfers from the unstable ground of human affirmation to the bedrock of divine assurance. As it is written, "The Lord is in his holy temple, let all the earth keep silence before him." This reminds us that silence is not emptiness, it is reverence. It is a profound recognition of a power and presence far greater than our own understanding. This discipline of silence trains your spirit to listen more than it reacts. For an Aries soul, this is a master-level practice. Instead of responding with your fiery Mars energy to every trigger or question, you learn to pause, to breathe, to discern, and to wait for true guidance. This practice alone will accelerate your spiritual maturity tenfold. In silence, knee-jerk reactions lose their power, and your intuitive discernment gains crystal clarity. You become less driven by the urgency of the moment and more guided by the wisdom of the ages. In this stillness, your perception sharpens, and a new kind of hope begins to bloom. The hope that comes when you realize the deeply reassuring truth: if the universe trusted you with this sacred vision, it will absolutely provide the power and the pathway to bring it to pass. You no longer need applause to believe. Faith that is dependent on applause will always fade when the crowd goes home. But the silent faith you are building now will remain steady, strong, and true, regardless of who is or isn't watching. You no longer need validation to obey. Your obedience, anchored directly in the voice of the cosmos, is strong enough to stand entirely on its own. This silence is not weakness, my beautiful Aries. It is your ultimate strength, being built quietly, deeply, and eternally. And please hear this in the deepest part of your soul. Keeping quiet does not mean you are walking alone. This sacred silence is not abandonment, and this stillness is not separation. The universe does not call you into a quiet season to leave you unsupported. It calls you into the quiet to draw you into a deeper, more intimate communion with itself. In these quiet seasons, your guidance becomes clearer than ever before, and your dependence on the divine becomes absolute. You are not forgotten. The cosmos does not misplace its beloved children or lose track of its grand designs. Every single quiet moment is accounted for. Every unseen step you take in faith is known and honored. You are not behind schedule. Let go of that fear immediately. True progress is not always measured by outward visibility. Some of the most critical growth of your entire life is happening right now beneath the surface, where the roots of your future are taking hold and a new kind of strength is being forged. And you are not invisible. To be hidden by the universe is not the same as being unnoticed. The universe sees what others cannot, and it places a far greater value on what is being formed in the sacred secret place than on what is prematurely displayed to the world. You are being hidden on purpose. The universe always hides what is most valuable until it is ready to be revealed in its full glory. Divine protection often looks like obscurity long before it ever looks like promotion. As the prophet Isaiah wrote, God gives treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places. The darkness here does not mean evil, it means concealment. The universe places its most precious treasures where only the souls committed to obedience and patience can uncover them. Your greatest hope is this: what the universe hides, it later reveals with undeniable power. What is formed in the crucible of silence emerges with an authority, a clarity, and an impact that simply cannot be dismissed. These hidden seasons are what prepare the public fruit. The vision that grows quietly in your heart carries a depth, an endurance, and an energetic weight that a life of shallow exposure could never produce. And when the time finally comes for you to speak, to act, to emerge, your life itself will explain what mere words never could. The radiant evidence of the universe's work in you will speak louder than any explanation you could have ever offered. And this entire season of sacred silence will make perfect, beautiful sense. If the universe told you to keep this vision to yourself, it was not a random instruction or a casual afterthought. The cosmos is infinitely intentional, and its timing carries a divine purpose even when it tests your Aries patience to its limits. If you receive this instruction, it means the universe still means it. The cosmic energies do not speak casually or revoke a divine plan, because a certain amount of time has passed. What was revealed to you was not a fleeting moment of inspiration, it was a deliberate seeding of your destiny. The plan to bring it to fruition is still in motion. The perceived delay has not altered the divine outcome. The universe's plans are not fragile. They are not dependent on your momentum or on public confirmation. What was planned remains active. The universe is still working tirelessly behind the scenes. So much of the divine work happens out of our sight, in the realms where our motives are purified, our paths are cleared, and circumstances are being quietly rearranged in our favor. Your silence often means there is a divine movement that you cannot yet perceive with your physical senses. Silence does not cancel the promise. The promises of the cosmos do not have an expiration date just because they are unseen. What was spoken to your soul remains alive and vibrant even when nothing in your external reality appears to confirm it yet. And remember, waiting is not denial. Waiting is the sacred space where trust is forged and faith reaches its full maturity. The universe uses these periods of waiting to prepare you for the responsibilities and the blessings that your promise will require. As the Apostle Paul wrote, "If we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently." Patience is not passive resignation. It is an active, vibrant trust in the faithfulness of the cosmos, while the outcome is still beautifully, perfectly forming. It is choosing to hold on to your hope without trying to force its fulfillment. It is choosing trust over anxiety and faith over the pressure to perform. My chosen Aries soul, your hope is anchored in this eternal truth. The universe is consistent, reliable, and eternally faithful to its own designs. It does not abandon what it begins. The cosmos always finishes what it starts. What was revealed to you in a moment of sacred connection still matters, it still stands, and it will still come to pass at the right time, in the right way, and with the fullness of grace and power that was intended from the very beginning. Your silence is full. It may look still and empty to the outside world, but I am telling you, it is alive and thrumming with movement beneath the surface. What the universe is doing in you right now cannot be measured by noise or by visibility. Your silence in this season is carrying immense weight and meaning. It is full of a new kind of faith, a faith that no longer needs constant reassurance, a faith that has learned to trust the process without explanation, applause, or immediate evidence. This is the kind of faith that grows strongest when it is practiced in the quiet temple of your own heart. It is full of preparation. The cosmos is arranging people, aligning opportunities, and strengthening aspects of your character that you cannot yet see. Every quiet moment is shaping your capacity to carry the weight of the magnificent blessing that is coming your way. Nothing in this season is wasted. Nothing is accidental. And it is full of divine activity. Heaven is not idle just because your life feels still. God and the universe are working deeply, intentionally, and with surgical precision on your behalf. So keep it sacred, keep it guarded, keep it growing in the fertile darkness of your trust. And when the universe finally says, "Now, Aries, speak," the divine fire that was so patiently planted and tended in silence will emerge as a brilliant beacon, setting many hearts ablaze with inspiration and hope. This is not a delay. This, my beautiful friend, is your destiny unfolding. Quietly, powerfully, perfectly. Let's seal this transmission with a prayer of faith a sacred activation, spoken together as one unified family of souls. Almighty Source Divine, creator of all that is, the intelligence that speaks in the silent turning of galaxies and whispers in the chambers of our hearts, we come before you now with humble spirits and open souls. You are holy. You are intentional. You are never late, never confused, never careless with the precious lives you touch. And tonight, we acknowledge that this very moment of connection is ordained and sanctified by you, Father, Mother, God. I lift up every single beautiful Aries soul under the sound of my voice. Those who are walking this quiet path, those who are carrying sacred promises in the sanctuary of their hearts, those who are choosing to obey your divine guidance, even when no one around them understands the magnificent work you are doing within them. I ask you to quiet the storms of doubt around them. Quiet every competing voice that is not of your divine love. Quiet the internal pressure to explain the desperate urge to prove and the lingering fear of being misunderstood. Teach them, dear universe, the holy and transformative power of sacred silence. Teach them how to wait without wavering and how to trust without needing to see the entire path. Breathe fresh strength into their warrior hearts. For the soul who feels hidden, remind them that they are being divinely protected. For the one who feels forgotten, whisper to them that they are being masterfully prepared. For the one who feels delayed, show them in their dreams the deep and deliberate work you are still doing on their behalf. We surrender the timing to you, Great Spirit. We release our tight grip of control. We release our impatience. We release our every need for validation from the outside world. Anchor our hope, our faith, and our trust in you and you alone. Build us in the secret place. Root our souls where nothing and no one can ever uproot us. Strengthen our character long before you elevate our calling. Make us mature enough to carry the weight of your promises without breaking beneath the blessing. Lord, we ask you to guard every divine revelation you have given us. Shield these sacred seeds from the frost of doubt. Shield them from the winds of envy. Shield them from the harsh glare of premature exposure. Grant us the supreme discernment to know when to speak and when to remain powerfully still. Let your presence be so real, so palpable in the silence that we no longer fear the quiet seasons, but come to see them as our most intimate time with you. Let your peace rise where anxiety once lived. Let your hope burn brightly where discouragement once tried to settle. And I pray a special blessing of abundance and grace over every person who will subscribe to this channel, every person who will like this message, and every person who will share it because their heart resonates with this truth. Support them, for they are helping to spread light and consciousness on this planet. Spread divine favor over every area of their lives. Open doors they did not knock on. Send them help from unexpected places. Reward their heart's resonance with clarity, with protection, and with divine acceleration on their own unique path. We declare together that what you began in us in silence will end in magnificent power. What you planted in the darkness will rise in your undeniable glory. What you whispered to us in private will be revealed to the world through our transformed, radiant lives. We choose trust over fear. We choose patience over panic. We choose obedience over noise. And we seal this prayer with a faith that cannot be shaken, a hope that cannot be extinguished, and a love that rests fully and completely in you. In the name of all that is holy and divine. Amen. My dear Aries friends, we have reached the end of our journey together for today. I want you to take a moment and truly acknowledge the significance of this message, the power of this activation within your soul. Embrace it. Surrender to the divine magic of your own transformation. This is your time to incubate your brilliance so that you may share your incredible gifts with the world when the timing is perfect. I would love to hear from you. What part of this message resonated most deeply with your soul? What truth has been awakened within you today? Share your thoughts and feelings in the comments section below. Our community here is a sanctuary of transformation, and your story can be the beacon of light for another. And of course, if you have not already done so, please remember to subscribe to Astrology Unlocked to stay connected for all the unique cosmic guidance we will be sharing. We have so much more to explore together. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your magnificent journey. It is a true honor to share this sacred space with you. I wish you an abundance of joy, a profound sense of peace, and the unwavering success that you so richly deserve. Remember, you are the co-creator of your reality. You are the sacred fire, and you are more than capable of achieving your wildest, most beautiful dreams. Go forth and tend to your sacred silence.